he's going to be able to clear out Leta's tanks with those Goliaths. I think he is, but Leta at the same time is pushing in with a group of siege tanks into Midas's natural expansion. So even if they trade bases right here, you know, this is Midas's natural expansion. Leta has enough expansions that he can just lose one and not really care. Well, he would care, but not that much, I suppose. But actually, yeah, Midas moving in here. Where was that?
That's to the north.
Okay, that's at that third starting position. So Midas is able to clear that out, which is going to be very good for him. He can't allow Leta to contain that, but Leta, after he lost that base, is going to come in here and wipe out all of that army that Midas brought in there to take out that base. So, you know, no victories for Midas are going to come without a cost at this point. It's Leta is being able to move around the map at will and just, you know, look at all these factories that he's got. He's just pumping tanks, pumping vultures, pumping Goliath. Well, not any vultures anymore. I guess it's mostly Goliaths, but he is just being able to move all around the map, and you can see, if you just look at the mini-map right now, it's basically sectioned off where, you know, Midas has that southwest corner that he started in, and Leta has expanded, and he basically controls all of the bases around there. That is interesting. Midas is shelling over that little river into the natural expansion, hitting that refinery of Leta's, and I thought that was the one of the differences between Moon Glaive and Neo Moon Glaive. I thought that you weren't able to do that anymore, that they moved that refinery or maybe made that river wider, but apparently not, because Midas is doing it.
Yeah. Another, I think that was a defensive line attack there by Leta. You know, they've Midas has actually come away with a couple strong moves recently, and I think Leta's, I don't know, not being as aggressive as he was at this point, but you know, still building on his commanding lead that he has. It looks like his units are sort of marching forward, and now we're looking at, what is this, the straight up 9 o'clock position,
Yeah.
and all of those SCVs are going down.
Yeah, he is just moving into that third base that Midas had set up. Just walks straight in, no need for drops. He's still got his dropship force moving around. He's been able to walk around, fly around with his dropships and pick off stray forces in the field. Now that those forces are gone, he can just walk around wherever he wants. Leta has complete map control at this point.
Yeah.
The only positions that he's not in full control of are the ones that Midas started in. He's walking in also into that fourth base over at the 9:30, 10 o'clock position.
With just a handful of units, and there's the GG.
There it is, GG. Leta continuing his hot streak against Terran, just absolutely dominating and really, you know, controlling the expansion game.
I was really impressed how he was able to, you know, completely throw off air units and just say, I'm going to dominate with dropships. And you know, maybe Midas would have been able to sort of counteract some of that strategy with, you know, a few wraiths here and there to sort of scare off dropships. But you know, Leta sort of convinced Midas that the wraith strategy was over and it was time to move on to tanks.
Yeah.
And you know, that was to Midas' detriment. Leta took total advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're just making me think. I just love how Leta plays with wraiths. His wraith play is just really unique. He uses them a lot in the early game, and then just like in this game, he generally completely dismisses them in the mid game because they just don't do enough damage and they cost too much to be able to produce enough to hurt a lot of tanks. You know, tanks are going to be able to do more damage than, you know, do so much damage really quickly, and the wraiths aren't going to be able to stop them fast enough. But we have seen in a few other games where late game he's pulled out mass wraiths because he's been in a lead, so he'll pull out mass wraiths even late game, and it's just he's got just great Terran versus Terran knowledge where he can use all of the units exactly when they're going to be useful, and I love watching that.
All right, well, we'll move on to I guess we got Game 3.
Game 3 coming up,
and this is Sparkyz with a 2-0.
2-0 lead against WeMade Fox. So
that could be dangerous. We'll see how this goes. See you in Game 3.